prone position or hands down position. This position has a lot of names. Usually I just call, or a lot of times I'm calling it the prone position, but it's also known as a floor horse because it's like doing a horse stance on the floor or with your hands. Or a bench pose because it's as if you're making a bench, like a tabletop of sorts. And I want to go over in a couple of different ways. One is with the hands down, with the palms down, and one is with the forearms down. And we're going to break this down step by step. So because it's going to be a really challenging pose. So if you have a hurt shoulder or hurt neck or something, or hurt wrist, you have other options of what you can try. But of course, take your time when you do this and don't hurt yourself and just do it step by step. And let's start it up. All right, I'm going to lay down flat on the floor. And what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to start out with a forearm pose, a forearm floor horse. I'm going to start putting the palms together. Face you so you can see. Put the palms together. I'm going to fold the thumbs. See that? I'm folding one thumb over, then folding the other thumb over. Right. Here, folding one thumb and then the other. Okay? And the reason why I want to do this is because I want the hands to be nice and flat. Right? So they can be flat on the floor. I could hold my fist together like so, but it's a little off because one of my pinkies is down more than the other. I want it to be nice and flat because even that little change in my hands might change my entire posture. Okay, so again, here I am, laying down, hands together, and I'm going to slide them right underneath my face. Okay, so that's laying down, head's right there, and my elbows open up to about, right, to about a 45-degree angle. Now I say about because everyone's arms are a slightly different length, so you have to find the angle that feels the best. Some people feel better when it's a little bit further out. But the key is that we want, when we're doing this posture, we want to feel the weight of the upper body nicely distribute down the arms. So here we go, palms together, thumbs in, elbows down. Now, I'm going to just test it, heads right over the palms. I'm going to lift up with the back of my neck. Right? So lift up with the back of my neck. See that? And that rounds out the shoulders. Now, this is the first piece of this exercise. If you feel this is a challenge for you, then this is all you need to do for the day. But if you feel comfortable and you want to do a little bit more, then what you can do is rise up from your knees, right? Just lift the hips off the floor. Now notice that I'm not lifting up and going onto a kneeling position. Really, you're barely lifting off the floor. Right? And as you're lifting off the floor, you want to be mindful that your hip rolls under. Right? See, I'm lifting up, but my hips tucked backwards. I'm rolling under here and I'm rounding the shoulders. So that's the two important points. And even this alone, right, with all that energy distributing down the arms, it's already a pretty good exercise. Now, if you're comfortable with this, I'm going to put the feet into the floor, right, get the toes down there, lift up in my neck, lift up the hips, and see the knees come off the floor as well. Now from here, really focusing on the shoulders being up and the shoulders rounding forward, and tuck the hip under, do that stomach crunch. And you notice I'm not tucking and lifting all the way up. All right, that's what happens. It's really common. You tuck and lift all the way. You don't want to do that. You want to roll that under and keep that nice and firm, nice and solid. And so that way, when I tuck under, I can feel the energy from my feet come all the way through my center line, right, and then down into my arms. And it's a nice transfer. And so then you can hold this for, you can hold for 10 seconds, 20, 30 seconds, up to a couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes. In the beginning, don't push it really, really far because you want to give your body a chance to adjust to it and grow to it. Because you know, the arms aren't made like the legs, so they're not naturally built to support a lot of, you know, the same amount of weight. But if you do it really gradually, the body will, you know, simply adjust to it, and so it's no problem. Let's take a look at the same pose with the hands down. So the hands down, what I'm going to do is start by just coming to an all-four position. And now from here, I'm just going to bring my shoulders right over the palms. All right. So my hands are about my shoulders. Right? That's way too wide. The width of the shoulders. And then the first step is to roll the shoulders right over the palms. Now from here, now I can check the hands. I want to spread my fingers a little bit. Let me see. I'm going to line that middle finger all the way up to the center of the shoulder. Right? So, right, that's not really, it's kind of like off. But that's lined up. Shoulders down. And then, right, the shoulders are right over the palms. And not too far forward because that causes a little bit of pain. They're right over. It's nice and supportive. Okay, so once I get to this position, right, if this is a challenge, I'm just going to hold this all four position. First, lift my neck up and drop the hips. I mean, if that's hard to do, then that's all you're going to do for the day or for the exercise. If you're comfortable, you can step back, right, with both knees. I'm not sticking the butt up. Really important. You might even want to look at yourself in a mirror when you're doing this because you might feel like you're dropping your hip under, and it's just not what's happening. So it's a good idea if you look at a mirror and check it out. So down, tuck under. So yeah, still doing that same thing, that stomach crunch. That's comfortable, and I'm feeling all is good. I'm going to step back with the feet. I'm going to check that out again. So I'm just holding static posture, so I don't have to move around, but I want to at least check. Oh, lift that up, right? I have to check that out. And now, oh, let me tuck under. And there you go. And then you're just going to hold that position. The feet here, as in both poses, are about the width of your hips or the width of your shoulders. You could stand with your feet together. That's okay. It's most comfortable with the feet hip or shoulder width to start with, and that's fine. See, shoulders down, tucking under, holding the position, right? Transferring the energy from the lower body all the way up and then down the arms. Be a nice tuck under, and just going to hold that until you're comfortable, and then you can relax. After you relax in position, you might want to, right, after this position, you might want to put your knees down, stretch up your back for a second, and then you can return to your other